Right, we're just back from NanoteC, organised in Sussex. Here's the brochure. Here's the pier. If anyone's not been to Brighton, I much recommend it. A lovely part of the world. Spent many happy years there. And here's the science and all my scribbled notes.
NanoteC for me is extra nice because it's in Brighton, which is where I did my PhD. So I have lots of friends there, and trying to find time within the conference, after conference, to see everyone.
It was a good conference. There was about 95 people and some really good discussion.
I really like that it's not too big, so you can always talk to people.
Particularly I enjoyed the first day and a half was all on synthesis, on growing carbon nanotubes. And it's been discussed for many years, and it seems to be going quite slowly, understanding exactly what's happening.
I know about graphite, and now I know about nanotubes, and in the theory of it, things are very similar, or can be quite similar, but how the growth of the graphite crystal and the growth of a nanotube is two different worlds. So it was very good to learn about all that.
The common way of growing nanotubes nowadays, you have a very hot furnace and you pass a gas through, and you have little nanoparticles of metal, and the carbon kind of dissolves and absorbs them, and the nanotube precipitates out, so there's a little particle and the tubes grow out, often the metal stuck on the surface. But there's all sorts of questions still that people don't know, like are the particles liquid or solid? Is the carbon dissolving through the particle or going around the surface? How exactly is the nanotube growing? And there was some good discussion there at the end of the sessions. We all got on the microphone and started passing it around, and everybody started chatting. It's one of the things I quite like with NanoteC. It's quite a friendly conference, and people seem to be a bit more free and easy about just expressing their views and chatting free and easily, so it's just nice.
The thing I really enjoyed was an open discussion that we had, where everyone, it wasn't related to a talk, it was in general. We had some open questions about the role of the catalyst, the phase of the catalyst, if it was liquid or solid, the applications of nanotubes, and anyone could jump in and answer them, and that was very good.
You told me that you really like Kazu stuff.
Well, that was incredible. It was this high-resolution transmission electron microscopy, but you could see defects like 5-7 rings and see the bonds, and how to build nanotubes by bonding one to each other. The fusion of nanotubes. Incredible.
There was Women in Nano sponsored this year, which was fun. It's a European Union project to encourage women in nanoscience. And we had 40% women, which was excellent turnout. It's higher than the European average for women working in science. Whether it gave a different feel to the conference or not, I'm not sure. Some people said that it did. I don't know, but it was a good thing to do, and it was definitely and it caused a lot of discussion about the role of women in science and whether there is discrimination or not, and what we can be doing to help with that. So that was all good, and it helped pay for Irene to go, which is always good.
I got one of the bursaries from Women in Nano. Women in Nano, not Nano Women.
As always, one of the best things with NanoteC, I think, is the parties.
I was for the first lecture after being up until 5 o'clock in the morning in a birthday party.
Some conferences organise trips or visits to places nearby or some things like that, but we just have a Thursday night that's free, so everybody piles into Brighton. And this time a group of us went to the Mongolian barbecue, which is a restaurant where you can pick all your own ingredients and then they cook them for you. So it's the dream restaurant to take chemists. And we took Zayla, the Italian, so she was there, arms waving. She can talk about food for half an hour, she can talk about food for 4 hours, and she did it. Okay, for me, one of the things I like about conferences like NanoteC is the social side, and you can get to know scientists by email, but it's much better to make friends. I like to work in a very open and free environment, and the best way I can do that is with people I've socialised with, and NanoteC is great for that. And it was the 9th year we've organised NanoteC, so it's been going. It's one of the oldest carbon conferences now, and every year we say, "Oh, it's so much work. Is it worth it?" And then you turn up and you see everyone chatting and all the discussion over their notepads and ideas being exchanged and chatting around the posters, and you think, yeah, this is a nice thing to do. So thanks again to Nicole and Greg and Malcolm for all the co-organising, because it's not easy, particularly over the summer when everyone's away on holiday. Somebody gets the nasty jobs and has to finish it off.